What about my billboard?
What is funny to someone is inappropriate to others, and this one is borderline. This one is walking on thin ice.
While other burger places serve the same old stuff,
Oh,
I'm the only one with
Jack
the
in the
bowls
Box.
to serve
I love
something
Jack in the
different.
Box.
I'm the only one with the bowls to serve something different. I mean, just look at my teriyaki bowl.
Oh.
Choose from steak or chicken, covered in teriyaki sauce. plus
Oh,
your
I'm
choice
hungry.
of
That
buttered
looks
brown
good.
rice.
What about these bowls, Jack?
Hey, you got some pretty nice bowls there, and so does Dan.
Thanks, Jack.
Those are some nice bowls.
Everyone's gonna want to get their hands on Jack's bowls. Everyone's gonna want to get their hands on Jack's bowls.
Oh,
The
okay.
lawyers aren't comfortable with the new marketing campaign.
Oh, and they just think it's so clever.
The lawyers aren't comfortable with the new marketing campaign.
So am I.
See that right there? You can't say that.
I can't say people love my bowls.
No.
So tasteful,
Try my
Jack.
bowls.
Nope.
Check out my bowls.
Absolutely not.
What about my billboard? What? Try something different. My teriyaki bowls. Only at Jack in the Box.
I like the bowls. It was funny, but like the attorney said, no, I don't think we want to go there.
It's cute. I like it. And I have tried their bowls.
That was the new ad from Jack in a Box promoting their teriyaki bowls.
I see many commercials, that I remember the commercial, but I don't remember the product. This one I do.
I will buy one. I will eat one. I shouldn't say that. Now I feel like everything I say is dirty.
So what did you think of the ad?
I think they look terrific, and it's fun to watch, but I'm not sure if it's appropriate.
It was very clever, and it got my interest up.
It's great fun, and I'm surprised they can get away with it.
All his ads are really, just interesting and fun, and I love the play on words.
So the ad actually stirred up some controversy online recently.
I would think so. Balls and bowls. It's somebody's going to be offended by it.
Based on what you watched, what do you think caused this controversy?
Because I guess if you say bulls really fast, it sounds like, But I don't even see why that would matter.
Sounds like balls. Try my balls. That's very sexual.
I don't see no harm in that. It's the fun thing, and it's a commercial, for God's sake.
Up next, I'm going to show you some of the online reaction.
Ah, that'll be fun.
So apparently my all-time fave Jack in the Box radio ad is offensive. No, it's not.
I almost peed my pants hearing it. I must have a terrible sense of humor. Oh, well. No, Kylie, you have the right sense of humor.
That's okay. You have a middle school sense of humor.
Jack in the Box getting ballsy with these commercials.
I think it's true. They always tested the water on the furthest. They're not conservative.
I'm sure there's a generation that just thinks it's hysterical.
Your ridiculously obtuse ad for your teriyaki bowls has guaranteed I won't be eating at your locations anytime soon.
Inappropriate workplace comments are nothing to joke about. Me too. No thank you. Hashtag Jack's Bowls. Well, that did occur to me, I have to admit. In this era of Me Too, it's ridiculously inappropriate.
What is funny to someone is inappropriate to others, and this one is borderline. This one is walking on thin ice.
I'm right on the line. I'm on a little bit and off a little bit.
Me Too pertains to something a whole lot more serious in life than how they're saying bowls.
Why do I feel like I just got sexually harassed by a Jack in the Box ad? Because you sort of did.
I don't know what... They might be the ones having a dirty mind. That's the way I see it.
I don't quite understand that. I didn't hear any of that in that commercial. I guess she saw a different commercial than I saw.
Most notably, Adweek magazine had this to say about the ad.
Let's get this out of the way. Yes, juvenile humor is still okay. Yes, it is for juveniles.
What's not okay, especially after all the tales of hostile work environments that have been highlighted by the Me Too movement, is an ad that celebrates sexual innuendo in the workplace, which is exactly what Jack in the Box and agency David and Goliath have done with a new ad called Jack's Bowls.
I can see the fun in this. I can also see that, hey, it is a sexual innuendo, and perhaps it's tasteless.
I think they're just going a little bit too overboard with it. Get a sense of humor.
Yes, it is juvenile humor, and I think they're playing it purposely in that level to get attention. I don't think it's that offensive at all, as compared to what you hear sometimes in some of the rap music and the lyrics and so forth.
But when you find yourself reaching for a genital innuendo just because you can, then choosing to place it in a workplace, having it come from the boss, and even dropping in a lawyer to, sorry, not sorry, acknowledge what a tone-deaf idea this is, then the focus is no longer on your food.
Instead, you're putting your workplace culture on display and saying, we think this is totally okay in the office. Well, I totally disagree, Mr. Greiner. First of all, it's a joke. It's funny. If we can't laugh at something like this, then we are really, really in trouble.
Office humor or water cooler type of, sense of humor is what keep people around talking and relate to each other.
Sexual harassment is a very, very big deal, and you've got to be very careful. And I think this was maybe just a little careless, funny, but careless.
So after all the backlash, Jack in the Box and their ad agency, David and Goliath, released a joint statement.
Okay, and let's see if they defended it. This ad is a creative and humorous expression around the teriyaki bowl, highlighting how a burger brand such as Jack in the Box has the guts, or bowls. I see it's not an apology.
It's to go beyond the usual and serve something other than burgers. This ad is not diminishing any movement, and we stand firmly against any form of harassment and value those who have the guts to combat it.
People can find offense in anything. It's fun to see a company, a corporation, that takes a U.S. approach to selling products.
They're still using the innuendo in there. They should have taken that ad off the air, and they should have been duly apologetic. And instead, they're perpetuating it in this response.
That's pretty hypocritical, actually. If they valued someone who had the guts to combat it, then someone in that office would have said, hey, this is making me really uncomfortable. Can I just have a teriyaki bowl without all the lip service?
As seen in the tweets, some are calling this ad tone deaf in light of the Me Too movement, which was a movement against sexual harassment, especially in the workplace. So after watching the commercial, do you think it warrants all this controversy?
No, I think this is a little bit overkill. It may be offensive to people, but I don't think it has much to do with sexual harassment.
I do think it warrants all this controversy. It's very schoolyard humor.
I think it's a good talking point. We are so sensitive now with recent sexual harassment, inappropriate behavior. It reminds us all to keep on our guard and do what's right.
I know that there's a lot going on with harassment, and there's very serious stuff. But I didn't go that deep in my mind for it. I just saw the commercial, had mixed feelings about it, and just let it go by.
I do respect if other people feel differently. Maybe they've experienced a lot that is making them, feel a little sensitive about it. But I think you can go a little bit overboard. Really. We're talking about food here.
Do you remember any controversies around TV shows, commercials, or movies that caused people to be offended in this way when you were growing up?
No, I don't recall any complaints about any commercials. Nobody complained about the cigarette and whiskey commercials, which they should have.
All in the Family's like the prime example. It offended everyone across the board.
All in the Family. Then it caused a spin-off, The Jeffersons. When George Jefferson would make the comment, and say honky and all of that type of thing. And people just freaked out.
I can remember, I would say this would be the late 60s. There were still a lot of commercials that really were portraying women only as housewives. And I remember there being some backlash on that it was time to get liberated and realize that women could do a lot of things other than housework.
The first time when they were showing a gay couple in a movie of the week. I'm talking about in the early 70s. And people start writing letters to the sponsor, but still, they were showing it. They are not saying that we're gonna stop, because that's what freedom is all about. So it's on two sides of the coin. You have the right to complain, and also I have the right to show it.
Well, some people feel that in today's day and age, that some people get mad over things now almost just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
How have you seen society change from when you were growing up? Are people getting more offended easily today, or do you think that people are more offended by things back when you were growing up?
Well, I think people are more offended now because the everything's so much looser now. So for the freedom that has come, the price you pay for that is more offensive things are going to happen.
People are more offended today because there's just so much going on. When I was growing up, it was pretty square, pretty lame, pretty laid back, and not very controversial.
It's got to the point where we're no longer living in a kinder, gentler society. We've gotten so suspicious of anything and everything, and if someone says something, we get offended.
People were covering up being offended. And now there's more freedom to display that we're not going to take it anymore and nobody needs to be offended.
A lot of people now are doing it just to get attention. That's how I feel. To get, what they call about the clicks and the hits. And I hate to say it that way. I think a lot of it is not genuine.
Finally, controversy is one way to create buzz around your brand. The fast food world is especially competitive. Chains often turn to stunts like these to attract attention. After seeing all of this conversation online and the back and forth statements, do you think it was smart for a brand to use these controversial advertisements, or should they stick to a less risky approach?
No, I don't blame them for trying something. They're getting publicity out of it, and that's what it's all about anyway.
Controversial, risky, I happen to love. I love edginess. I love something that catches my attention. The boundary is who's being offended. Does anybody need to be offended? And I hopefully say, no, nobody needs to be offended.
What they did with the innuendo, I think, was very mild, because there were commercials in the past. Okay, let's talk about really sexually explosive sort of, remember the Carl's burgers with the, Paris Hilton and all the others and, scantily clad and leaning over the cars. Come on, that's really out there.
Thanks for watching this episode of Elders React. Shout out to Morgan Paris.
What should we react to next? Let us know in the comments. Shout out to Snowman.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Make sure to check out shopfb.com to see all of our latest designs. Thanks for supporting us. We'll see you later. Bye, guys.